to Hunter Fuel, a supernatural rewatch podcast for adults who enjoy their show with a chaser. I'm Liz.
And I'm Lynn.
Thanks so much for joining us. We made it, folks. We're all the way through season one. Yay! So, we are doing our look back on the first season. We model responsible drunkenness here. All participants are way over 21. No one is pregnant. No one will be driving, handling weapons, operating heavy machinery, or going off on long tangents about 90s technology. If you're playing along with us, those are the rules. If you decide not to follow them and you do something stupid, don't blame us. Lynn, what are you drinking this evening?
I'm just going for a glass of red wine.
Glass of red wine. Well, I am doing my very favorite cocktail of the season, which comes from episode 19, Provenance. It is called the Artist Special. It is 1 ounce of whiskey, 1 ounce of sherry, and 1/2 ounce each of red currant syrup and lime juice. Shake that all up with some ice, strain, and serve, and enjoy the deliciousness. So, Lynn, I know last week you won. You won. I am insisting on it. I know that you did not feel good about your win.
No.
Uh, so technically, we still owe you a free square. Do you want to take advantage of the free square, or are you going to whine again if you win because of the free square?
You know what? I just want to win fair. I'm going to not worry about the free square and I'm just going to just win it however.
Okay, so you are forfeiting your final free square.
Yes.
Gotcha. Okay. So since we're not watching an episode this evening, here's how we're going to play. So what we have done is I have crunched the numbers, and there were obviously 22 episodes this season, possibility of 267 squares across 45 different squares for us. So 267 opportunities to get one of 45 squares. I have done the math and I have put them in order by the most frequently appearing to the least frequent. And so what we're going to do is we're going to chat about the season as a whole, and we're going to stop periodically, and we're going to go through all of our squares in order. And we're not giving up until somebody has bingo. So strap on your crash helmets, family, because this one could get bumpy. So with that, Wizard Dave, if you could bring up our supernatural game cards for us, please. I gotta say, I'm liking my chances.
I'll say so am I. So am I.
Mm,
I got some good I got a lot of good ones.
nice, nice. Well, let's get this show on the road. So, as always, the first one is on the house. So, cheers and good luck to you.
You as well.
Okay. Would you like to take a guess about what our first square is?
Let's see here.
What do you think the most frequent square that we had during the season was?
See, I've been thinking about this.
Okay.
And I honestly I have it between two.
Well, you are in luck because we have a tie for first place with 16 instances each. So what is one of your top two?
Sammy. Well, Dean calls Sam Sammy.
Oh, no, that is not one of the top two. What is your other one?
Wow! I was certain that was it. My other guess was gonna be son of a bitch.
Also an excellent guess, but not number one. Tied for number one is a quirky motel room or dude.
Oh my lord! Okay, because that wasn't gonna be that wasn't even that my other guest wasn't on there either. Alrighty.
So I have a dude. Let me see if I've got a.
I have a quirky motel room.
Okay, I'm taking another look
And do
here. I
I
don't
have a
think I have a
dude?
quirky motel room.
I do not have a dude.
All right. Well,
Damn it.
so that is no, we're not there yet.
Oh, I
So
know
then
we're not. But I couldn't resist.
I'm gonna make mine scanty because we've got a long way to go here.
Uh,
All right, so we each have two on the board. So
yes.
what we're gonna do, because there are 22 episodes, is we're gonna do a rapid fire summary of each episode this season.
Yeah.
So starting out with the pilot, we had a woman in white. Mom and Jessica both burned to death on the ceiling. Dean gets Sam from Stanford. Dad's gone on a hunting trip and hasn't been home in a few days.
Then second we had Wendigo when a giant cannibalistic speed monster with one of my favorite Heartland heartthrobs. He was in that one. And they were saving people, hunting things, and working on the family business.
We had Dead in the Water, the ghost kid drowning folks. Bullying gone tragically wrong. Must be hard with your sense of direction, not being able to find your way to a decent pickup line.
Then we had Phantom Traveler, which was the demon crashing the plane. The boys performed their first exorcism at 35,000 feet, might I add. Why do you why do you think I drive everywhere, says Dean.
Then we had Bloody Mary, creepy mirror killing lady. Sam's been having nightmares. That's got to be like what, 600 years of bad luck?
And then we have Skin, shape shifting serial killer, shapeshifter murdering women while wearing Dean's suit. How many chances am I going to have to attend my own funeral?
Next up was Hook Man, amputee misogynist. The pastor's daughter is a Sam girl, and the boys melt down all the silver in the church. It's like I'm cursed or something. People around me keep dying.
And then we had my least favorite, or jokingly you could say my favorite episode, Bugs. You don't break a curse, you get out of its way.
Next up was Home. We had an evil spirit, and Sam's vision send them back to Lawrence, Kansas. We got Missouri Mosley. Mom's still in the house. And yeah, you were like the blonde chick in the Munsters.
And then we had Asylum. Haunted Asylum with daddy issues. Sam gets infected with rage sickness. Man, I'm gonna give you a man. I'm not gonna give you a loaded pistol. Well, I can't talk tonight apparently.
Mom, I'm not going to give you a loaded pistol. Then we had a pagan god in the episode Scarecrow. Townspeople sacrificing a man and a woman every year in an orchard. Too many apples. You fugly.
Then we had Faith. Dean is dying. Faith healer fixes him up, but someone else had to die in his place. Julie Benz as Lila, you know that I got faith in reality.
And we had a racist ghost truck in Route 666. Dean reconnects with an old flame after her father is killed by a big black truck that can't hurt you if you're in a building with steps. You told her the secret. Our big family rule number one: you do what we do and we shut up about it.
And then we had Nightmare. Sam's visions are getting worse and send the boys after a young man who's killing off his family for abusing him. A little more tequila and a little less demon hunting, and then we would have had Max's childhood.
The Benders, crazy backwoods dudes. Sam gets abducted. Dean works with Jessica Steen to get Sam back. Creepy family that hunts people for sport. Demons I get. People are crazy.
And then we have Shadow.
Mm.
Meg uses Sam and Dean as bait to trap John. The next time you want to get laid, find a girl that's not so buckets of crazy.
We had a tulpa thought form in Hell House, Dumb and Dumber, Blue Oyster Cult. Of all the things we've hunted, how many existed just because people believed in them?
Then we had something wicked. Flashbacks to Sam and Dean as children. Dad gave me an order and I didn't listen, and I almost got you killed.
We had a haunted painting in Provenance. Dee tries to pimp out Sam to get information about an ugly ass painting that's haunted by an evil spirit that's killing whoever's dumb enough to buy the ugly thing. What kind of house doesn't have salt? Low sodium freaks?
And then we have Dead Man's Blood. Introduction of the cult. Vampires aren't extinct after all. Dad, Dad is back. Somewhere along the line, I stopped being your father and became your drill sergeant.
We have Salvation. We had our really big run in with the yellow eyed demon who is back and going after families with 6-month-old babies, just like it went after the Winchesters. The demons want the colt and are killing all John's friends until he gives it up. If hunting this demon means you getting yourself killed, then I hope we never find the damn thing.
And lastly, we had Devil's Trap. Dad is kidnapped. The boys rescue him, but he's not alone. Sam refuses to kill the yellow eyed demon if it means sacrificing their father. The Impala gets T-boned by a semi. The storm's coming, and you boys, eh, you are smack dab in the middle of it.
That is it. That is the whole season, which means it's time for another check of our supernatural game cards. Lynn, did you want to take another guess at what's next up?
Well, sure. Let's see. I'm doing so well so far.
You've got a good chance of getting one of them. Hint, hint.
Let's see here. Okay. Well, I'm gonna go for. Well, I'm gonna go back to my original because Dean called Sam Sammy quite often.
Ding, 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 ding. With 13 instances in each, it is a tie between Heartfelt Bromance and Sammy.
Yay!
Yep.
Okay, and I have a Sammy.
All right, let me see here. I have a
And
Sammy.
Do I have a
And let me see. Heartfelt Broman. I have both of those.
Oh, actually, so do I.
Yay! We are still
Yay!
tied. Here we go.
Cheers.
Mm, cheers. All right. So
Yum, yum,
after
yum.
that rundown, now that we've jogged our memories, what is your favorite episode of the season?
Ah, my favorite, my favorite episode was Shadow.
Okay, that is an excellent choice. That's a great one. What is it that made it your favorite?
There was, there were no there was no filler. Like every single word counted. The acting was amazing. There was, it took effort to find something I didn't like about it. Like it just,
Mhm.
to me, it was an absolute amazing, amazing, amazing episode.
Yeah, no, that one's a great one. And Nikki Acox, man, I
Yeah.
cannot say enough good things about her. Like she was really fantastic. Um, My favorite was Home, between
Yeah.
Sam's visions, finally, like really getting out in the open, Missouri Mosley, the callbacks to the pilot, Mary sacrificing herself to save the boys, Dean's voicemail to John. Oh my God, when he made that call to John, the big like bomb drop at the end with John showing up and like he was in town the whole time and doesn't see his sons like uh, like that one was just like one gut punch after another. I really
Yeah.
the special effects with the person in the house on fire, like it was
Yeah.
just fantastic. um I have a quote from Sarah Gamble. She said, "When we started writing Supernatural, I think we were under the impression that it was about the monsters and it was a horror show. And we very quickly discovered that it was a show about these brothers. And the most valuable commodity that the show had was the relationship and the chemistry between Sam and Dean."
Yeah.
Like she hit it right on the head, and I think both your favorite episode and mine, what really makes both of them stand out is that the monster is kind of secondary.
Yeah.
The
I mean, don't get me wrong, like the special effects of that
Oh
monster
yeah,
are amazing. Absolutely amazing. Like, there's,
I
as
agree.
that,
All the shadow work with the devas, that was super cool.
yeah, yeah, and just like showing how, like, just, oh my lord, like, as that episode is just, and I mean, Nikki Acox makes it like, it really took effort when we did that episode to come up with something I didn't like. Like that, I really had to be kind of nit. I don't want to say nitpicky, but
Yeah,
like just there really isn't a word. Just kind
yeah,
of,
no, you're absolutely right that you're scrounging all the way in the bottom of the barrel trying to find something that you can
yeah.
find the tiniest problem with, with either of those episodes. I agree.
Mhm.
They're both excellent. Uh, okay, well, that means we're back to our cards. Okay, I'm going to give you one more chance to guess here. And if you
Oh,
stick with your strategy from the first one,
so that must mean that son of a bitch is next.
there you are. So, with 11 instances, we have a three-way tie
Oh,
between a
so
meta
many
moment.
jokes, so many
So,
bad jokes.
particularly considering one of the things in the three-way is Dean checks out or hits on a woman.
And I have that one.
It's perfect. So we have a three-way tie between meta moment, son of a bitch, and Dean checks out or hits on a woman.
So I have
I have a
that.
meta moment. Oh,
I have a meta moment also.
nice, nice. Boys with Heart, no. Oh my goodness, is that the only one I have?
And if I don't get the other, I may actually get five in a row pretty damn fast. Because
Ooh.
if the next two, I'll be shocked if they don't come up pretty damn quickly.
Oh, we could have a winner here. Okay, meta moment, son of a bitch, and Dean checks out a woman. I think the only one of those three I have is the meta moment.
Yeah, I don't see
Okay.
son of a
No. All right.
bitch.
Only one for me then, which means you are definitely ahead in the polls. Cheers.
Cheers.
Mm. I need one more for five in a row, but it's let's get to work. We got work to do.
Yeah, see, and my two that I need are fake IDs and electronics flicker.
Oh, oh yeah, I suspect you're about to cross the finish line ahead of me. Okay, well before we get there, so we talked about our favorite episodes.
Yes.
I know the clues are subtle and this is you're gonna have to put a lot of thought into this one.
You know what? I
But
decided to go with a different one.
oh, you're not gonna pick Bugs as your least
No,
favorite episode?
because
Too obvious.
it was too obvious. I
Yeah.
was like, you know what? I have hit that one into the ground so hard that it's like I've run out of things to say about like why I dislike that one. It's like,
Okay, so what did you
okay,
go with instead?
we know it. Like it's not exactly a revelation how much I didn't like that episode. So
No, but if it earned Flir's, well, so I'm not going to challenge you until I know what it is. So what is your least favorite episode of the season?
Hell House.
Are you Dumb and Dumber? They pitch you over the top.
I no disrespect to the actors because I know that they are playing a part.
Sure.
But I cannot stand those two characters. I know you love them,
I
and
do.
more for you. They want me. They make me want to bash my head into a wall. I cannot stand that comedy at all.
Well,
Ugh, God, yeah,
I
no.
do think it's interesting that like there are characters and plot points and things that are really divisive in the fandom and there's sort of no happy ground that it's the kind of thing where like a lot of fans fall on one side, a lot of fans fall on the other side, and there's kind of nobody in the middle going. Um, and what I find amusing is so far, every one of those issues, you and I have landed on opposite sides of the fandom. And
Yeah,
yeah, the Hellhound's Lair gentlemen are one such divisive factor. So yeah, I laugh until I hurt every single time I see them, and they drive you out of your mind.
yeah,
So
yeah.
here's the funny part.
They absolutely ruined the episode for me.
I get it. Well, I mean, I don't get it, but I get it. I get it. You are not alone. You are not alone. So entertainingly enough, I had it down to two episodes that were my least favorite, and I think that they're both problematic for the same reason, and that is Route 666 and Bugs. Because in both cases, we have the stories of Black and Brown people and Indigenous people being told by white folks and not done terribly well. What saved Route 666 is Dean gets laid and it's hot. So that pushed Bugs into last place for me. That, between the bad CGI, the insensitively handled Native American cultural references, the improbably short battle against the bees in the attic.
Yeah.
If it were not for all of the backstory we get about the boys in that episode, I would call it completely skippable. So I thought for sure you and I were gonna both have the same least favorite episode.
Yeah, and it's funny that you see now I like Route 666.
Really?
I
Talk
like
to me about that.
I like I mean it's not my favorite by any stretch, but
No.
I like that one
Yeah. That
because because you because you see the you see the because you know how much I love it when they delve into Dean's emotional side. Like that's
yeah,
something I have
absolutely.
always talked about that I like.
Mhm,
And when you see that, you realize that like she broke up with him
mhm,
and all of that, and you're realizing you're delving into his not into his romantic past
mhm.
and how much in love with her she was, and you see that element of it. I love that, and then on top of that, I you've got a real strong female co-star, and I love that's the one thing I think Supernatural does so well is that is when they don't shy away from using strong female co-stars. I don't think I'm
You're
using
not
quite the
wrong.
right expression, but you know what I mean.
No, you're correct. You're correct. And and again, coming and the truth is that your perspective and mine are inherently going to be different, aside from the fact that we're different people and we have
Right,
different opinions about things. But because you're not all the way through the series yet.
right.
I am. And so, knowing where the whole show goes, seeing the the way that female, particularly female characters of color, are going to be approached later in the series, excuse me, later in the series, just shines a light for me on how much they could have done better with Cassie. I agree with you that I think the actress does the best that she can with what they gave her to work with. She's not a prop,
No.
in Dean's story. So, it's not like there's nothing to recommend it. I just and again, I do not have a lot of patience with Eugenie Ross Lemming and Brad Buckner. I do not have a lot of patience with them. So, um, yeah, like I said, there's a lot that keeps it from being worse than Bugs to me or for me, but um it it's definitely it's definitely coming in, far from pole position for me.
Well,
Um
very interesting. Very interesting.
indeed, indeed. Okay, so back to the supernatural game cards. Okay, so we have, okay, brace yourself. There's a lot of these. With
Okay.
10 instances each, we have
Okay.
Dean eats or drinks, electronics flicker, someone gets knocked out, and someone gets thrown against a wall.
Okay.
So let's see
So
here.
I have the electronics flicker.
Fantastic. I have someone
Uh,
gets knocked out,
uh,
and that's it. Oh boy.
hold. Wait a minute. What were the
Let
other
me let
ones?
me read through it
Oh
again.
wait a minute. I have Dean eats or drinks. That
Okay.
was one, correct?
It was Dean eats or drinks, electronics flicker, someone gets knocked out, and someone gets thrown against a wall.
Hold on. I'm looking for the other two. I don't think I have those
No.
two. Um,
I have Sam or Dean have sex, which we were just talking about Route 666, but that doesn't get me a square. So of those four, the only one I have is someone gets knocked out.
Yeah, and that's the one I don't have.
I
I would say I have one of the boys drops their weapon or one of them dies, but I don't have one of them gets knocked
yeah,
out.
we'll get there. When I don't, neither of the boys dies this season, but the other one we'll get to. So, all right, well, cheers.
Cheers.
All right. I still just have four in a row max.
Yep, I do too. All I need is a fake IDs and I've got five.
Oh, all right. So,
Uh,
booziest episode of the season
oh wow.
was
I was thinking about this one and now there's two that I could argue.
there are two with one
I would
E.
I would say Devil's Trap was a really boozy one.
Oh, you got it in one. You got it in one. Now, okay,
Devil's Trap was one, and
the and the
I,
other one, if you think it through, you can probably Devil's Trap is the last episode of the season written by Eric
yes,
Kripke. The other booziest episode.
it was it was mid season,
Nope.
wasn't?
All right, let me give you a hint again.
Okay.
The last episode of the season written by Eric Kripke, or people are screaming at their devices right now.
Or the or probably the first one written by Eric Kripke.
Oh, there you are. You got it. Both episodes written by Eric Kripke, the two booziest of the season with 20 squares each, The Pilot and Devil's Trap. Now, here's the
Holy
funny part. The episode that's the runner-up was
Yep.
Shadow, also written by Eric Kripke.
Eric Kripke. So okay, well, now one could arguably say that, and we commented on this um during Shadow, because I clearly remember this, that Eric Kripke is so phenomenal with his writing that he doesn't waste words.
Yes.
I remember if I think I'm gonna quote you almost exactly of you saying you give Eric Kripke 42 minutes and he is going to fill all 42 minutes to the max.
Oh yeah, no, Eric Kripke is an amazing writer. And I just think it's really funny that like so many things on the bingo cards are like the man had a formula. He knew the formula that worked and he stuck to the formula. So
Yeah,
the
and
three
and
booziest episodes of the season were all written by creator and showrunner Eric Kripke.
well, yeah, I mean
Um,
the probably the ones that were the least were the ones that we probably complained had the most filler.
well, now here's the funny part. It's a good guess. Again, there is a tie for the driest episode. And one of them is Dead in the Water, which cracks me up because the driest episode is one that everybody drowns.
There's just like so wrong about that.
Wrong,
Well,
but it's so right. And then the other driest episode was Route 666 by Sarah Gamble and Rael Tucker. That one only had I'm sorry, Dead in the Water was Sarah Gamble and Rael Tucker. There's no way they would have written a script that bad. I'm sorry, I know you liked it. Buck Lemming, I've talked about already. Buck Lemming wrote Route 666. So yeah, each of those episodes only had 7 squares each.
Oh my god. You
Uh-huh.
know the worst thing is that I mean, Dead in the Water is an amazing episode.
Oh boy,
Absolutely
so good.
so good. But like there's so many elements to that episode that I would have loved to have had the opportunity to have another cocktail while I'm having to watch it. It's like,
Exactly.
really? I've got to watch the guy get his hand stuck in the sink and watch the boy almost drown, and I've got to be 110% sober to watch all that? No. No.
Well, and after Route 666, I needed a cigarette. Mama, if you're watching that's a joke. I don't smoke.
I was just about to say, and you don't smoke.
I
So
don't smoke. I don't smoke. That and you know what? And I think that that's one of those jokes that sort of doesn't hold up because so few people smoke anymore. All right, so back to the supernatural game cards. So, all right, the next round, each with nine instances throughout the season. Uh, 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 one of these you guessed it already.
okay. Was it when I said damn it?
Sadly, no, not yet, not yet. But
Okay.
it's something they use a lot
Oh, fake
during
IDs.
fake IDs. So we have
Okay, I
fake
know.
IDs. One of the
Okay.
boys drops his weapon.
So
EMF
I have
detector.
that one. I now have 5 in a row. I also
Oh, that is awesome. Let's finish this up and then we'll celebrate. Okay, so fake IDs. One of the boys drops his weapon, EMF detector, and baby's tires squeal. So you have 5 in a row. Let's see here.
I may
Um,
actually, because I'm not stopping, I
I have,
may get it twice.
I have EMF detector. I have baby's tires squeal. I have fake IDs.
I don't have EMF
And
detector and I don't have baby's tire squeal, but I think
okay,
I'm
fake
gonna
IDs. And
get. I think I'm actually gonna make a perfect tea.
oh, all right. So that was 3 for me, but I am going to celebrate your victory, and you can't whine about this
No,
one.
I can't
You,
because I got this genuinely.
you did fair and square. You have won twice this season. Congratulations. Mm,
I am very happy about this.
well done. Well done.
Yeah,
So now,
is it?
technically, that
Yes.
means that you are cut off.
Yeah,
So,
technically, I'm also a grown ass woman.
bingo, bingo. So, okay, well, I got to catch up then. Okay, so
So,
next
yeah, and
up
as I said,
is,
I think I'm going to get the other 5 in a row. I think.
all right, well, we're going to find out. All right, so next up is favorite guest actor. Can I guess which one it is for you? Can I take a guess?
Let's see, the problem is, I had a couple on this one, but
Uh,
yes, yes.
I know I had a hard time because so the two that stood out for me were your Heartland heartthrob and Jessica Steen. And I debated and I thought, you know what? I'm going with Jessica Steen. I think she's going to be your favorite. You were so excited to see her in that episode.
Yeah, now the other one that I really, really like. I mean, don't get me wrong, I loved seeing her.
Mhm,
I mean, I love seeing both of the Heartland characters. I did love seeing both the Heartland
mhm.
characters. And I to this moment, I've gone back and forth on this answer like 20
All right,
times.
well,
I know.
Jeopardy theme plays. Your final answer, please. Toss a coin.
I've got to say it's the, and I hadn't seen her before, but it's the one in the one with the haunted painting. She was my,
Taylor Johnston, the one with the great
yes.
ass.
Yes.
Oh
I
yeah,
loved her. And I know I mentioned multiple times how I thought how strong of a character I thought she was.
yeah,
I
yeah. I
adored
agree.
her.
Yeah, she was fantastic. And now, uh, not to flog a dead horse here, but compare compare the way she's written to the way Cassie was written.
I understand what you're saying. To me, it's just such a different thing. I still really liked Cass.
I'm not, I don't want to make give the impression that I didn't like Cassie. I see her as being a lost opportunity that I in the hands of better writers. I think she could have been an elevated character in the way that I see Sarah as being an elevated character. Um, and
I don't disagree with you. I don't
I,
disagree with you. I really don't disagree with you. I can't even say but. I think I think you said it perfectly. She did the best with what they gave her, which shows then to me the talent of the female women they make as that, and I'm saying this completely wrong, that they hire as co-stars for the
oh
bride,
yeah,
because as much as she didn't have as strong of a script, she made a lot out of that script and still made a strong
yeah.
character out. She still made a strong character out of not a phenomenal script.
Yeah, I don't disagree with you at all. And honestly, I think you hit it right on the head that um because the show has two leads and that's it, that it really depended the on the guest cast. And honestly, because of, particularly in these early seasons, because of sort of this monster of the week format, the the main character of each episode is the guest actor. So they really, and their casting was by and large spot on. There are a couple of failures across the series, but 327 episodes, occasionally they're gonna whiff it. But by and large, yeah, and like I was thinking about like, okay, who is my favorite this season? I mean, we've gone on and on about Nikki Acox, how amazing she is. Um, you've got Adrian Palicki as Jess, Amy Acker as Andrea in Dead in the Water, Brendan Fletcher as Max in Nightmare, John Dennis Johnston as Pa Bender, Travis Wester and AJ Buckley, your very favorite, Spangler and Zedmore. I mean, really, to a certain extent, Jeffrey Dean Morgan is a guest actor. And I mean, they're all amazing. And it makes it really hard to pick a favorite. I went with Julie Benz from Faith. She played Layla.
I remember
And
you really liked her.
oh boy, I thought she gave, I thought she brought a lot of depth to a character that could have been fairly two-dimensional, and like she could have been a prop
Mm-hmm.
in Dean's story, and she's not. And the chemistry between the two of them was beautiful. I thought
Yes.
they did a really good job. And then I gotta say, I'm gonna cheat a little bit here. I've got a runner up just because like Loretta Devine as Missouri Mosley in Home, like she was supposed to be a,
She was amazing. She
she was
was
amazing.
absolutely amazing.
Yeah, like it's hard to really narrow it down to one. So
Yes.
so officially I'm saying Julie Benz, but Julie needs to budge over on the podium and make room for Loretta Devine. She was fantastic.
Yeah.
Um, okay, back to the supernatural game cards. This time we just have one. So
Okay.
all by its lonesome with 8 instances, Sam drives baby. So let's take a look here. If I remember correctly, I have Sam Drives Baby, and I
I
do.
don't.
There it is. So I have four in a row twice. Ooh.
Excellent. I would say
Starting off.
I would normally toast with you on that, but A, I'm starting to run low, and B, I'm fairly certain I'm gonna get one, two, three, four. I think I've got like six squares that I'm still gonna get.
Thank goodness we're not driving anywhere.
Thank
Yeah,
God
I'm
I'm
starting to
drinking
like,
wine, and thank God I'm drinking wine and not bourbon.
yeah, yeah, I have whiskey and sherry, and I'm starting to have to be very careful about my pores. Oh, all over the place.
Oh
All right, but
Lord.
we've still got a ways to go here. So that brings us to favorite monster of the season.
This one was easy for me. And it's
Okay, tell me.
and I'm going to surprise you.
Oh, I can't wait. Surprise me.
Bloody Mary.
Oh, she freaked you right out.
But the reason I liked her, and I am not trying to get into a we can actually, if we really want to get into a debate on this one, we can jar at it. I liked that it was a moral thing, that it wasn't a random thing, that there was in her head there was a reasoning. Whether I agreed with it or not is irrelevant. I liked that element.
Yeah, there was certainly a matter of, the difference between justice and revenge. That with revenge there's sort of there's no room for mercy or mitigating circumstances. And she is mm, the woman in white is something of a vengeful spirit, although not quite. um but yeah, I mean, with her going after people she perceived had done something wrong
Hmm.
and deserved to be punished, it does add something.
And
And
then when
and
it
it's
gets turned on her at the very end,
yeah,
I don't want to say I loved that, but
no, it's
I
cool.
kind of did. I actually
Yeah,
kind of,
and go ahead, I'm sorry.
yeah, no, I was repeating myself, which I need to stop doing.
It Well, and we talked about it then, like the performance from the actor, that like very creepy way that she moved, and the special effects with the prosthetics with the blood in the eyes. Like there's a lot. That's good monster.
Hmm.
So what's funny is my favorite monster is the exact opposite reasoning behind yours. I picked the shapeshifter in Skin. And the reason I picked him is, well, I guess we don't officially know what, if any, gender the shapeshifter has. Um, but I'm gonna use male pronouns just because he was in Dean's body for most of the episode. But he's a supernatural creature, but he's unlike vampires or werewolves. He's not driven by his biology to be a monster. What makes him a monster is his choice, that he chooses to abduct and torture women. His abilities facilitate his pathology, but they're not what makes him a killer. And the way that it ties into, a theme of the season about, what makes someone a monster. And it leads us to an episode like The Benders or Faith. So
Hmm.
it's our first kind of foray into this recurring theme in the season. And then on top of that, his psychic link with Dean, to your earlier point, it gives us this window into Dean's internal reality that he's so emotionally unavailable. We don't often get a chance to see. So I really did love that. I do have a special mention for Bloody Mary, and I also thought Max in Nightmare was great because of that whole like nature versus nurture thing.
Yeah.
And then I gotta have an honorable mention for the creepy kids in Dead in the Water, and especially the little girl in Provenance, because like again, like Bloody Mary, the kid in the lake, at least he had a reason, whether I agree with
Yeah.
it or not. He had a reason. That freaky little girl was killing people when she was alive.
Yeah.
She was just crazy. Um, Back to the cards, and this time we have a tie with 7 instances each. We have the boys talk at the same time and burn a body. I know I have the boys talk at the same time.
And
I don't
I
think I
have,
have burn a body.
I do.
I don't.
Okay.
I
And I
have
do
yet.
not have boys talk at the same time.
Okay. Well, I have yet to catch up with you. I still, the most I have is 4 in a row.
Cheers.
Cheers. All right. Home stretch
Excuse me.
here. Something
Okay.
that surprised you this season.
Oh man, it was one of those things where so many things. What I loved was when I liked when finally John started to see his sons in a new light.
Okay.
And I can't say that even really surprised me, but it was one of those things where I can't say I was like there wasn't anything that was suddenly like like because like everything was an evolution. So
Right.
like like you could kind of I mean obviously when John suddenly appeared, like yeah, that was kind of a like holy crap thing. But like that was a single moment. So I was more thinking of I want to say an arc or something like that that was kind
Hmm.
of surprising, and it was nice at the end when finally like John goes, "You're right." And
Yeah,
I
that was a
and
big one.
yeah, so when he finally starts to see that like
Yeah.
whole, and it was like, and you could see it in Dean's face, like, wait a minute, what
Yeah.
just happened here?
Yeah.
So
It
like
surprised the
those,
boys, let alone us.
yeah. So like little moments like that,
Yeah.
like of like the aha moments of
Hmm.
okay, he actually is figuring this out type of thing.
Yeah. No,
So yeah.
great choice. For me, what surprised me the most was that I enjoyed the show at all. That I really went into this feeling like, okay, this is gonna be a standard WB teen and 20 something melodrama with lazy writing, worn out tropes, and a cast packed with hot folks who couldn't act their way out of a wet paper bag. And instead, I got this. This incredible show with fantastic writing, amazing performances. Like, okay, are the boys hot? Oh, fuck yeah. But it's like that does not hold my attention. There are tons of shows packed with hot people. I need a show with substance. And man, this delivered more than I ever could have imagined. And that absolutely floored me.
Oh yeah, no, I mean I remember when you first started talking about it, and I was like,
And wouldn't shut the fuck up about it. Yeah.
yeah, 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 that is true. Um, and I was
You
like, all right,
started watching it just out of self-preservation. Like, oh
yeah, I
God.
really did. I'll be honest with you, yes, because I was like, all right, if I want to have something to talk to my sister about, I better actually watch this damn show because that's all I'm hearing about. And I got sucked in amazingly quickly, like to the
Yeah.
point where, I mean, when we started recording this, I was on literally, I think I was one episode ahead of where we were recording. Like, we were recording like our version of our pilot, and I was on episode two.
Right.
I'm almost done with season six. Like, I think I have two episodes. I think I maybe have three episodes left of season six.
Okay. Oh my
Because every time
goodness,
I sit down,
please.
I end up watching three or four episodes in a shot.
Yeah. I don't- If you had told me 2 years ago that I was going to get so invested in a show that I was going to write two books and start a podcast, I would have laughed in your face.
Well, did you actually think that I'd be able to watch it and do this with you? I remember you thinking that there's no way in hell.
I honestly, I was really surprised because I know, and we've talked about this, like you've mentioned it yourself on this podcast, that um, your tolerance for scary shit is not great. And so I'll admit I was a little nervous about how you were going to do. And man, you are going 10 rounds. Well, you're going to go 15 rounds with these things. All right, for the sake of time.
Mhm.
So we have with six instances each. Okay, there's a bit of a list here. So we've got gratuitous blood spatter, wacky diner, lockpick, and kick a door. So let's see here. Gratuitous blood spatter, I have.
I say
Um,
I had Wacky Diner. I think that's the only one I had.
oh my goodness, that's the only one I have as well. It's just that one. All right, well, one for me.
Yeah, I keep waiting for you to get to a certain square, and you haven't gotten there yet.
Right now, oh my goodness. It looks like a snowflake, but I don't have five in a row yet. Okay. And as always, we end everyone with let's start with something you loved. So for
What
the whole
I
season, one thing you loved.
what I loved, and I've kind of hinted at this, is I loved that Supernatural is not afraid to have strong female co stars. They are not just arm candy.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
And you don't see that on every show.
You're
And
not
I mean,
wrong. And all I can say is wait till you see, because like I perceive these early seasons for them to be fairly weak in that department. So if you're already excited by the strong female characters, oh, brace yourself because there's some amazing stuff coming.
yeah, no, just, I mean, and we've talked about, I mean, I'm not, we've talked about like Nikki A. Cox and
Oh yeah.
like we've named so many of them today
Hmm.
that were just blew it out of the park. It's just
Absolutely.
I love the strong. I mean, don't get
Hmm.
me wrong. There are so many good performances
Indeed.
by the support by the quote unquote supporting cast, men included. I definitely do not want to exclude the men, but just a lot of times I feel like women have a tendency to get overlooked.
You're not
And
wrong.
so just to have them get to have them get the good storylines, to get the good acting, and to not shy away from things, I think that speaks wonders about what Supernatural is really about.
You're not wrong. And I'm gonna say more about this as the seasons roll on. So I'm sort of not gonna comment very much here. Other than to say, I mean, there are, particularly in these early seasons, there are some missteps, I think. That being said, for all that Dean in particular, because for most of this season, Sam is still mourning Jess. But for all that, Dean is very happy to find a willing lady for a one night stand. He doesn't he doesn't disrespect women in general. I mean, there are things
No,
that he could do differently. And again, this is something we're going to talk about more in the coming seasons. Um, but um he doesn't really objectify women. It that um He tends to confine his attentions to women that sort of want the same thing he does,
I was gonna
like
say,
that.
I mean, it's all consenting. It's
It's all
not
very
like,
consenting. He's not
yeah,
always 100% honest about who he is, but nobody thinks that this is a long-term relationship.
no.
He avoids those kinds of he avoids women, I think, who are looking for that. So again, for all that he's a hound dog, he's not he doesn't disrespect women.
No.
So it's an interesting uh uh sorry, alcohol is hiding the word that I want from me. Peekaboo. Uh it's a paradox. There it is. Took a second. Okay, for me, the I think it's really funny that like they set out to make a horror film of the week, but what they made instead was a Western. Or I shouldn't say instead, but if you look at the formula of the episodes, they're very Western like. Kripke calls them mid-Westerns. But like if you think about it, Sam and Dean, every episode, they ride into town in their trusty steed, in the Impala. They figure out what's killing people. There's a shootout, and then they ride off into the sunset. Like almost every episode this season ends with the car driving away. Uh,
I never would have thought of it that way, but you are completely correct.
it's something that's kind of funny about it, that it's like every episode is a horror western. So it's kind of funny. It's something that you would not expect for a show like this
No,
that I find amazing.
they 9 times out of 10 end up in a bar.
They're in bars. And like if you look around, there's sort of the typical Western cast of characters in the bars. Like
Yeah.
it's like once you start thinking about it as a Western, and we talked about this with the cult, they were looking for. And I mean, he called it, Kripke called it, he needed a lightsaber, but really Star Wars is a Western. It's just a Western set in space. So it's all kind of the same thing, and that's why the cult was the cult. Like they needed a MacGuffin, and they chose the cult because of this kind of Western um aesthetic
Yeah.
to the show. Okay, back to the game
Okay.
cards. We've got, with 5 instances each, we've got a little bit
Okay.
of a list here. Awesome, lore, one of the boys gets choked, and my favorite, one of the boys gets tied up.
Okay, so I
I have
have.
awesome, I have choked, starting to have fewer things to check, and that's it. Those are the two that I have.
I don't have any of those.
Oh, really? Well, you've already won, so I don't feel sad for you.
No, I'm not. I am. I am not. I am not surprised. Um, I'm surprised that a couple of these don't have more instances though, because there's a couple that
Yeah,
I'm like, seriously, we haven't mentioned that yet.
I know. I know. It's well, when you've seen more than one season, it all sort of like you expect there to be more. So, we're not done yet though. We've got a little
Nope.
ways to go here. Okay. Something you hated this season.
All right, and I know I've talked about this till I'm blue in the face,
Yeah, mine's
but
not going to surprise anybody either.
improv in, and I'm gonna mispronounce this because I did it at the time we recorded the episode also in Pro- Providence or however the hell you pronounce
Provenance.
Providence.
Like Provenance, Rhode Island.
Yeah. I understand the premise is that supposedly the father is supposed to have sort of be warning us about the little girl.
Mm.
He does a shit ass job, and I think
I
that's a
know you were
horrible.
not thrilled.
And I think that's a horrible storyline because if that's their version of him warning, that's the most pathetic version of warning I've ever seen. So that is one of the things I hated the most, and it has bugged me ever since that episode.
Interesting. So, and again, surprising no one, and I've already sort of brought this up, but the thing that bothers me the most about the season is the lack of diversity across multiple factors. Keeping in mind the show is almost 20 years old, so it was not as much part of the public dialogue then as it is now. We still with some notable exceptions that we've talked about, there's not a lot of gender diversity with women being fully fleshed out characters, um, rather than sex objects or props in other people's stories. There's not a lot in terms of people of color. There's virtually no LGBTQ plus. That's not a joke. Like there's jokes about the boys being a gay couple, and that's kind of as close as we get. There's not even much in the way of body diversity. Like if you go back to Dead in the Water, you've got a woman who's a competitive swimmer going for a workout, and she wears this tiny tiny little bikini. And now you and I have friends who swam a lot in college. The That's not what competitive swimmers wear
No.
to go for a workout. So like there's not a lot of diversity, and we're definitely going to see the show make improvements in that area moving forward. Okay, back to the cards. We have a tie, four instances each of a summoning ritual and an evil creepy kid.
Okay, I
And I
have a
believe I
summoning
do.
ritual.
I finally have five in a row. I have an
Woo!
evil, creepy kid. I do not have a summoning ritual, but at last, I have five in a row.
Yay! I am very happy for you. I am very happy.
Came in second.
I'm still trying to get my tea, and I think I still might get
Well, we haven't even hit the lightning round yet.
it.
Okay. This is probably the most important thing we're going to talk about on this podcast.
Okay.
Sam's hair this season.
See, now Sam's hair doesn't bother me. I
Okay.
it really, I know it's a thing with some fans. I Is it a great look on him
Well,
compared
it doesn't
to other seasons
necessarily
I
like
have seen?
just because we're talking about Sam's hair doesn't mean that we have to hate Sam's hair.
Yeah, it
What do you think? What do you think of Sam's hair? Like it or hate it? What do you think?
it's definitely not my favorite hairstyle on him, but I mean, let's be honest, this first season I'm more focused on Dean because Dean is smoking hot.
Oh boy. Oh my
But I
stars
mean,
and garters.
those wings they have going on Sam the first season, I mean, I keep wanting to cut them, but I'm like, no, is it a great hairdo for him? No, but am I like obsessively staring at his hair? No, because
5 minutes with a pair of clippers.
yeah, like he had a lot of
Personality.
he also he. I almost feel like even the I hate to say this because I feel kind of horrible. I even feel like the actor had some mature, like the actor kind of matured into the role, and so did the hair kind of matured as it went, if that makes sense.
It
So, like,
does. It does. And I mean, they were, I think you're, I don't want to put words in your mouth, but I think what you're getting at is something I would agree with that because of where the character is, they wanted him to have this kind of floppy young surfer dude haircut. So
no,
in terms of the character, it's not great, but it kind of makes sense. Where I start to struggle with it is as it's growing out towards the end of the season. It's that in between stage where it's trying to be a real haircut, but it hasn't gotten there yet. Um, what I think is fun is part of what they were going for is so Dean's, with a couple of notable exceptions that we'll talk about when we get there, for the most part for 15 seasons Dean has the same hair. And they wanted something very kind of military and constant for Dean.
and he looks so
And
damn
then
good with that haircut.
it's a good look for him.
Yes, it
Key
is.
hairstylist Jeannie Chow said that for continuity, she had to cut Jensen's hair every single week because it grew so fast. She said he was like a chia pet.
I love that.
So for 15 years, Jensen got his hair cut every single week to try to keep that consistency for Dean. Um, yeah, so the changes for Sam are more noticeable. There are a couple for Dean over the years that we're going to talk about. Okay, back to the cards with 3 instances each. Technically, we're both cut off, but fuck that. The one of the boys gets arrested and torture.
I have
So we
torture.
had 3 things. I have torture as well. And I have one of the boys gets arrested. So I have two of those.
I do not have one of the boys gets arrested.
All right. Have you gotten, you don't yet have 5 in a row twice.
No, I'm
All
waiting
right.
for get this.
I need get this too. It won't give me 5 in a row, but I'm waiting for it as well.
Now, get this gets me my tea.
Okay. Well, welcome to Drunken Dome. This is the lightning round.
Okay.
Okay, here we go.
Okay.
With 2 instances each. Get this.
Got it.
Sam or Dean cry, let's get to work, we got work to do, or pie. I have get this. I have let's get to work, we got work to do. So that gives me my second five.
Yep, I don't have, I just have that one.
Get this. Sam or Dean cry, let's get to work, we got work to do, or pie.
Yep, I just have the get this, so that gave me my tea.
I have Sam or Dean cry. So I now have five in a row 3 times.
You have it 3 times? I only have it twice.
I
Damn, girl. Okay, now I've got to catch up.
Okay, well, here is your last chance.
Holy crap.
One instance each. Are you ready?
Yes.
Jerk bitch,
Got it.
Yahtzee,
Don't have that.
sudden unexplained cold spot.
Got it. Got
Unlike
another
a
one.
unlike sudden unexplained wet spot, someone pours a salt line.
Nope. Don't have that one.
Sam gets conked on the head.
Nope.
Demon stuck in a devil's trap.
Nope.
Porn.
Nope.
Track about Sam's hair.
Nope.
Sam or Dean, not and Dean, or Dean have sex.
That would be damn funny. Nope.
I don't want to see that. I know some people
No.
do. No disrespect to you. I am not one of them.
Well, no. If it, just the fact that they play brother, just the fact that they're brothers.
It is illegal in most states. And the Americana theme plays is the last one.
I'm surprised we don't have someone performs an exorcism.
Yeah, yeah. Mark yourself. We got that one.
Oh, we did get that one.
We got that one. Where the hell was that one?
I was gonna
I'm
say,
not
where
looking
was that?
for it. I assure you it's there because there was one in Phantom Traveler. And then they did another one in
Yeah,
Devil's Trap. So there's at least
yeah,
two.
yeah.
There
I was
is
gonna
at
say, I'm
least
like, I
two. So
know
give
we
yourself
had
that one.
one.
We did. We have at least two this season.
Yeah.
Okay.
Um,
So
and then did I? We didn't have a kick it in the ass, did we? Or
we
did I
did
miss that too?
not. We did
Okay.
not have one of those because I that's one of the ones I don't have.
Yeah. No, that would have given it to me one, two. That would have given it to me 4 times.
All right. So you are the definitive winner. Okay. So here's the question. How many blanks do you have?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Okay. So the only ones I do not have are kick it in the ass.
Yep, I don't have that one either.
Seriously. A joke about Sam's height
Yep, I don't have that one either.
or busty Asian beauties.
Yep. Yep. The only one I didn't have moose or squirrel. One of the boys dies.
Not yet.
Um, hello boys. Even though I could have sworn someone said that this season, but I could be
Not
losing my
yet.
mind.
No, not quite yet.
A flutter of angel wings
Not yet. No.
or angels smiting, whatever the heck that is.
Oh, wait till you see. Oh no, you've seen it. You've seen through season 6. You
Yeah.
have witnessed an angel smiting.
Okay, I just don't realize what it is. I know what a flutter of angel wings is. I just don't know what that the other one
Yeah.
is. So
That
yeah, so those are the
yeah.
ones that I have.
Awesome. Well, You you have won by the most. Congratulations.
And we finally, oh my God, it took us long enough.
Well, you won last week, so I don't even want to hear your bitching.
I now got for me, a valid, legitimate win.
You have two valid, legitimate wins under your belt. So, family, that is last call. Thanks for coming along with us for the ride. If you like what we're doing here, God help you. Please be sure to tell your friends. Like our videos, subscribe so it's easier for other people to find us too. We love hearing from our supernatural family. Please comment and let us know what's your favorite episode? What surprised you? Let us know what your answers are to these questions.
And also let us
And
know what you want for bonus episodes and bonus content
indeed.
and all of that stuff. Please let us know all that good stuff so we know what to talk about in those episodes.
Absolutely, absolutely. So you can either comment on our videos or send us an email at hunterfuelpodcast@gmail.com. Follow us on Facebook and Instagram at Hunter Fuel Podcast. We will be back next week with season 2, episode 1, In My Time of Dying, when Sam drops his coffee cup. Until then, be safe, everybody. Bye
Bye
bye.
bye.